I need...
Read it. Say it. Do it. You can't do it.
Please do not attempt to...
You can't do it.
Warning, please do not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in this show as they are dangerous and can lead to serious injury. Video submissions of any kind not accepted by one side of the corner, heads or tails gaming.
You should have spit them out like I did the two.
No, because they would have been sticky on the mat.
Welcome to One Side of the Coin. I'm your host, Steveo the Gamer, and with me as always...
Mack-Attack. What did I get?
And tonight we have a very special guest, former card designer for Genesis Battle of Champions, Mr. Carl Lilley. Hooray! It's been quite some time since we've had Carl on the show. But we've recently found out, and they revealed that they are working on an expansion. Well, not really an expansion, kind of like an alternate game for Genesis that's going to be compatible with Genesis. So we talked about this a little bit on our, was it last stream? I think it was last week. Yeah, we talked about it last week a little bit. And we
saw the backs of the cards.
We got the backs of the cards. Alex gave us permission to show that, and we had a small little bit of a discussion. But now we get to take a look at it a little bit further. First and foremost, though, our expressions, we love Genesis, right? Genesis, the game itself, so much passion, such a great community based around Genesis. So we've already got people in the chat already. I can't see. Shockwave's there.
Shockwave and the
nice.
Steven
Steven
Skeleton.
Yes.
Says, oh man, am I excited for this? Shockwave.
Yes. We are very excited too to learn more about this, right? So
we'll see how excited they are at the end.
Oh.
No.
Uh-oh, that's not promising. But he's laughing. So first and foremost, we want to give some shout-outs, especially to our great, amazing friend, Jeff Pizzito. I don't know if you have access. Do you have his links? Be sure to check out Jeff Pizzito. He does collectors and cars, cracking packs. I always mess that one up. I got it right this time. And his, Outer Edge Comics there, as you can see as well. He's going to be vending the same weekend we are at Anime North, which stay tuned to the end of the show. We're going to make some announcements about that.
He's vending too?
No, he won't be at Anime North, but he's doing a show in Toronto as well. So you want to be sure to check out his socials and find out where he's going to be that weekend. I apologize, Jeff. I forget the name of the place you're going to be at, but... definitely go and check him out, support him. An amazing artist, very huge supporter of Genesis as well. Did a lot of the chibi arts, etc., etc. There he is, by the way. I recognize that little dot. What's he saying?
What street? Something on the street at Queen's Park.
There you go. Something on the. It's not something.
I can't read that.
You can't read
I have a heart
either?
over it. Word on the street.
Word on the street. Yeah, I don't have my
Park.
glasses. I can't read it that far. So, but anyway. So yeah, definitely. Mad shout out to Mr. Jeff. Great guy. Check out his YouTube channel as well. Puts out some great, amazing content. We know that he recently picked up a. What do you call it? A secret admirer. So he put out a video about that. So you want to see that for sure. Moving forward, tonight on the show. Later on, we're going to be giving away a couple of special things from Genesis Battle of Champions. So Mack-Attack's going to show them there on the screen really quickly. So you're going to want to pay attention to the show because we're going to ask a question later on at the end of the show, and the person that's the closest is going to win one prize, and the runner-up is going to win another prize. So for the runner-up, no, that one, yeah.
This one?
Yep. Well, I thought Kenny was going to switch the cameras there.
Oh, it's not.
That's okay.
There you go.
There we go. Yay! So you're going to get a 2019 stamped Angel of Retribution, still sealed in the package. And for the winner of tonight's challenge is going to get... Ta-da! Wow. Number 35.
Can I be a part?
No. Well, you don't have one of those? You have one. Okay. So pay attention to the show, and we'll be sure to ask that question at the end of the show, and the 2 top people that get closest to it will receive those prizes. So while we're chatting with Carl, I've decided to indulge in some 6-month-old, I think it could be longer, Christmas candy corn. Christmas candy corn. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. The funniest thing about this stuff is we could not find an expiry date on it.
There is
It
none.
doesn't expire. It's like cockroaches. They just live forever.
Yeah.
You know what? And I thought Twinkies expired, or did not expire, but
They do.
apparently Twinkies do. They have a shelf life. Have you ever tried a
25 years?
25-year-old Twinkie, right? Like, I mean, I found that info just recently, yeah.
I guess if you like vacuum seal it, sure, maybe.
It's kind of hard
So,
for
yeah.
that to expire.
I'm going to get
It's
into
100%.
Yeah.
Carl's bailing on this one.
Not when
Carl
it's
is
6
bailing
months
on-
old. How's it taste?
I don't know. We'll find out after I eat a few. Anyway, so welcome, Carl.
We had a few. They were fine.
Yeah, the other ones are fine. Thank you.
Have to give some to our tech guy. He needs some nourishment. Okay, so since the last time you've been on, it's been quite some time. Quite some
It was
time.
about the lore, I think.
It was about the lore, yes.
Oh, wow.
It's been,
That would have been last year.
it would have
Maybe
been
even 2 years ago.
almost 2 years ago now, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So, you were still continuing the lore and writing the lore, right, at the end of Haunted Castle, right? So, are we going to see more lore now that it's done?
Like for invasions?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Mackenzie.
Hang on.
I have
don't
not
blame
got any plans to do anything.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I won't,
Okay.
but I mean, I was getting paid to do the other stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe.
Maybe?
I'm not sure because the company's officially done, and we're not really sure who owns the IP. I'm not sure if I'd be able to.
So these. Okay, let's take a step back for a second. So now that Haunted Castle's done, we've all known that for over a month now. However, there's been some challenges of people trying to get a hold of the IP and wanting to continue and keep running Genesis.
Myself included.
Yourself included, yeah. I know I was part of it. Will Kemp himself. We were trying to organize something or whatnot, but I don't know what's happened or whatnot. But now there's this thing in the air right now that somebody potentially has the IP for Genesis. They haven't come forward. They haven't stated anything. They haven't contacted anybody except for a key few people that know. Obviously, you're not one of them, I'm assuming. My concern is like they haven't contacted like the key card designers. You guys worked on the game so much, know the most about the game, but now you and Alex have stepped aside and have started creating Convergence. Say these people that they come forward, reveal themselves who they are, and then they approach you. Would you potentially say, okay, well, can we still work on Convergence and Genesis together? Or would you just go back to doing, say, Genesis? Or just say, oh, thank you, but no thank you, I'm going to just continue to work on my project?
It would all depend, I guess, on what the offer is.
Okay.
Right? Because I have also been... So there was a company that was going to sort of bail out Haunted Castle. And that didn't happen. But that company has approached me, and so I've been in talks with them. So that's an option. What you just said is definitely an option.
Okay. Oh, so these
But
people
it
that
would
we
have
don't
to
know
be-
that has
it would
been in
have to
contact
be-
with you?
No, so the company that was going to bail out Haunted Castle Gaming,
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the parent company, but
Kyle and Jasko.
yeah,
Okay.
so Jasco is who I've been in contact with.
Okay. So, nothing further though, or do you know?
And nothing
Jasko?
written in stone. They're
Okay.
just looking because they're intending to acquire different IPs
Right.
to incorporate into their game.
Okay.
So they've grown a lot. So they've grown from like, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was just a few people.
Yep.
And now there's over 30. So they're expanding and they want more people.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, like I know I had gotten word that Jasko was interested. I don't. I think that was prior to the closure of Haunted Castle. But I mean, from what I heard, they kind of stepped back and said that
Yeah,
they were
so
gonna
basically
wait kind of thing.
they were going to come in and kind of save the day, right?
Right.
And then they got wind of the full scope of how much debt there was that we didn't know about,
Right.
and they said no.
Okay.
But then the links were made, like the connections were made between us for them to talk to the designers because they want designers for their game, Hero Academia.
My Hero. Yes. We love him. Speaking of which.
Oh yeah, we're
Hey, Rookie. Yeah.
we were watching the anime last night.
We were watching the anime. We've been trying to catch up on it.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's amazing anime, actually. The game itself, My Hero, the Universes system. JC's taught me how to play it, and like I've actually.
It's complicated.
It's a little bit at first.
Yeah.
It's a little bit at first. Once you play a few games, like without reading the book itself, right? The rules, because they're a little bit on the harder understanding side, but. He walked me through a few games, and it's getting more fluent. You're starting to remember all the mechanics behind it, but the element of the actual anime adds to it, right?
Yeah.
And makes it really, really enjoyable. It's definitely something I would recommend. So,
So they also own a few different IPs as well.
Yes.
And they want to incorporate that into that group.
so they were looking at potentially bringing Genesis
As
into the
one.
Universal
Yes.
system. Nice, which would have been really interesting to see.
So yeah, so that's kind of what we would have been working on. And then because the company got shut down, anyway. So I was still in talks with them. So that was one option for me to pursue.
Okay.
When Alex had this idea for Convergence,
Yep.
I was like, yep, I'm on board because, like, over the years we've all had ideas that were shot down, and well, now we won't have those constraints because this was a Sid's baby essentially, right?
Right.
So he had the final say on what went into it, whereas now this would be me and Alex. So we have different ideas, we have different philosophies, I guess you want to say, of how we want the game to work. It would be compatible, but that's basically what we want to do.
Nice.
If there is an IP purchase, there's a lot of stuff that would have to happen. A lot of things would have to fall into place. Compensation for people who need to get compensated, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Then it would be a maybe still, I think, for me.
For you? Yeah. I know you can't speak on Alex's behalf, and I have reached out to him. I think he's going to be joining us in the near future, probably after anime first week of June, to get a little bit more in depth.
Yep.
Maybe he can come back and be a part of that as well. In the meantime, what initially gave you the idea for Convergence? Where did the name Convergence itself come from? I mean, I can go on with tons of questions.
So,
but
so I don't know the actual initial birth of that. I saw a channel pop up on Discord that I was then invited to. They'd already been talking about it.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, what's this? So then actually I got talking just to Alex about it. And so I think it's primarily his idea. Now, he might know how to answer that better.
Okay. So it'd be an Alex question.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we're excited about it too,
I
right?
am excited about it. I have to admit.
Okay. So is it the exact same mechanics as Genesis? Or are you guys adding? Almost. Okay, so
Almost.
what kind of differences will we see?
So there will be some changes that won't be immediate
Right?
to allow a smooth transition, a smooth transfer. So you can still use your old Genesis cards. One of my ideas was to change the actual size of the board.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. Bigger or smaller?
bigger.
Bigger. Bigger's better.
Sometimes.
They're saying for you to be a bit louder.
Even still, okay. Where's the microphone?
It's right there.
Right there.
All right.
How about we
Pull
just
right
like
up.
give it to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's help make it.
I don't think it's as bad as
So-
when we had Camilla on.
Yeah.
We could not hear her. Period.
The so the whole idea of the story of Convergence is
Yeah.
that everything is colliding into what the convergence point, right? And
Okay.
at that point becomes the arena. So different champions, and we're not sure if we may have to come up with a different name for that. And I've got like a whole list of ideas for what we can call champions. We're not sure if we have to change that or not. But your character is going to be in the convergence point.
Okay.
So one idea is to, instead of calling it an arena, call it the Nexus.
Okay.
So it has to have a center spot. So if you look at a regular arena, there's no actual center spot.
No.
Right? So a 7x7 grid has a center spot and will still fit on a play table.
Nice.
So that's the idea, or one of the ideas.
Okay.
But that won't come until later.
So you'd be expanding it one more
That
down.
one. So they'd have to go a little smaller, which,
And then two
a
over.
card, lots of room to shrink it a
Yeah.
little. Yeah, and then one this way and one that way.
Okay.
So it would work.
So it's
And then you've got a center spot, and then you can do all kinds of things.
Right.
Right, even the dungeon crawling stuff that we started doing for Genesis. You now have a central spot you can work around, right? Like King of the Hill games or whatever, right? Like there's
Yeah,
lots,
it could
of, lots
open
of different
doors.
things you can do with that, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's one.
That's one.
So you start right in the center?
No,
Oh,
it would
no,
just be
you
the
start-
regular game.
Oh, okay.
But you're gonna have a
But
center spot.
you would have a central spot. So I mean,
Oh,
you
okay.
could even have formats of play where say this is the central row, and then you've got an extra spot here and an extra spot there. You could have 3 block spaces, so then you could have these 2 lanes. Like there's lots of things you could do.
Yeah, it opens up the doorway for different styles of
Yeah.
different formats, right? of playing
then-
the game.
4v1 boss battle.
And then yeah, exactly. The boss could start in the center. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. So it opens up for much more interesting awareness like for cards to have.
Yeah. So the cards themselves. So like you got several stacks here already.
I actually have a rough template.
Okay.
So we're gonna put it under here.
Here, you want to throw that other camera up there?
Ooh, you gonna be able to see that?
That's a lot better. There we go.
There we go. Tilt it a bit. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay. So what are we looking at here? So
Well,
we got
I
a
can't
name
use
of
my
cards.
left hand to point.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, so that would be the health, the name, right?
Yep.
That's so we can't really call it cheap, so it's going to be like a deck cost,
Okay.
right? And then we want to eliminate as much text as possible. So down here you've got different symbols. So the little bunny is tentatively the swift,
Okay.
and then the turtle over here is the action speed. Right, so that would be the aura cost to bring this in. This is a melee attack of 3, and then it costs exert, so there's a little E on the side there.
Yeah.
And then the little sun symbol would represent light, so light and dark rather than holy and dark. So that's one change that we make as well. Because holy is not the opposite of dark.
So the two swords are melee attacks. Would there
And then
be
it'd be
like
an arrow
range?
for
It'd be
range. Yep.
arrow for range.
Yep, and then a different symbol for area as well.
Nice. And then so that top, the
So
whole
then-
top gray part would be the art.
The artwork, yep.
And then
So then the text box, you wouldn't have to have any of that information, right?
Okay.
What is the symbol on it?
The turtle.
In the tent, no, not the turtle.
That would be the symbol that we'd have to use for aura, and we can't really necessarily call it aura.
What is it though?
I was asking an idea.
Oh, it's like a star thing. Read it back.
Kenny?
I don't know if you can
Oh,
use
it's
it.
Yeah, I
hard to
can't
see.
really make it out there.
It's like a little star
It's too faint.
thingy.
Can't really pick up.
Oh, we tried.
Can I give it one more try, or
What's that?
can I give it one more try, or just go back in?
Oh yeah, just back.
Okay,
there.
that's good. So, yeah, understanding that it can't be identical to Genesis because it's a variation of it.
Well, there are things that if it has a symbol attached to it,
Yeah.
then it's protected by the IP.
Okay.
So, for instance, using the term exert, there was no symbol for exert.
Okay. So you can still use the terminology kind of thing, right? So awareness as well, even though they had the box at the top for the awareness, wouldn't necessarily have to be.
Right.
You guys can still use that as well.
Because that's just dictionary words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. That's super awesome. It's cool. So, so basically, the main difference, size of board.
But that won't be right away.
That won't be right away. Won't be right away. Okay.
So one of the first things that the plan is to do
Okay.
is to, and we already have the decks, is to make 5 mono colored decks.
Okay.
Release those.
Mono. Okay.
So one deck per color.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
One
we
deck
go.
per color. Excuse me.
Well, we've been talking about that for a while.
Heaven,
It's like,
yeah. We
And-
mentioned that.
And just see how that goes.
okay.
People like it. And then the plan is to do a full set
Full set.
with 20 champions.
Okay. Now, if they're going to be mono, are they still going to have the option to use another color?
I'd have to ask Alex that.
Okay. You haven't gotten that far
Terribly
into
sure
it?
yet.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, all the
He
existing...
has them ready.
Mhm.
Well, not like ready. Yeah. So then we're probably for that product, we're probably gonna go like a game crafter route.
What
Okay.
was it? Sorry,
What?
I missed the question.
If champions are still going to have access to two...
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
the characters. Okay, I mean, we can't really...
Meeples.
Just I think just those 5
6 months ago.
will have just the mono.
Okay. The starter deck. So it'd be kind of like a starter deck kind of thing. They'll only be...
And then it'll be 20 champions minimum, and then because we're not necessarily going to constrain them to just 2 colors. Some champions will be able to use 3 colors.
3 colors.
I actually have one
Okay.
that I have 2 decks. So I have 2 different champions, and it's just chicken scratch. I don't have the artwork. Well, there is no artwork.
We're going to get into that in a second.
But
Do you want to throw it up on the table there?
yeah, I guess I could. So the first guy here, it's going to be difficult to actually see. I'll just explain what he. Well, if I hold it at that angle, I can't see it. You guys can. So he's basically got and you'll notice there's 2 different symbols in the awareness grid. The circles, so the triangle is where the character is. Then the circles is his regular awareness he does swift 2 damage to a target.
Right?
Right? But then there's so this guy, he's a centaur. So he has a built-in leap,
Okay.
an action speed leap. to the square. So having those kind of symbols in the awareness grid rather than having it be all written out terribly, right? So anyway, that's...
So the dots are where he can leap to?
No, the dots are where he can attack,
Oh,
and then the square is where he can leap to.
Okay.
So he's basically, and then he's got a trample trigger, so that when he lands on something, it deals one damage.
Oh.
So that's Atrox, the Centaur.
Okay.
And then the next guy is Embominadori, and he's a celestial being from a different world, right? Because they're all converging from different worlds. So he has an area attack too, and that's really his only ability. Except that he has the 3. So I've put the initials from Genesis, but it's basically he has blue, green, and purple.
Okay.
Axon, Phage, Chaos.
Yeah.
And then, so if this was a set that you would get, you could use all the colors of the cards with these 2 champions.
Okay.
Right. But he has this ability, Supernova, where when he, the desperation mechanic at 8 health,
Yep.
champion. So at 8 health, he becomes.
Oh, he flips.
He becomes the Earth Star. Well, we may have to just have 2 separate cards until we can get a good enough printer that
be able to
can
print
do
both
the 2
sides of the
sides.
cards. Yeah.
And so he has a completely different awareness and does area damage to everything. But he's on a time bomb. Basically, he'll die if he after four turns. So
Look at that.
so basically his lore is that he's a star, and that the body that he has is like a hardened shell that kind of cooled and became. But then when you do enough damage to it, it shatters and he bursts out of it.
Okay.
But then he can't live for that long. Once he does it. So anyway,
So
it's just
he has kind of like decay built in,
Basically,
more or less, for that mechanic.
so So those are the 2 that I've come up with.
Yep.
Alex has come up with a bunch. We've got other people kind of tentatively working on it. And then one thing that we wanted to announce was that we want to have guest designers for the first set. So you are officially the first person we're going to ask to be a guest designer.
Me?
For our first set. You.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my god, this is goosebumps. Are you kidding me?
No, seriously.
Wow. Did that just happen?
I think you may need to pinch him
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. So that's what we
Oh
wanna
my
do.
god. Wow. I would definitely be honored. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yes. Yeah. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. That is crazy. Hi, cardboard cords. They're saying hi. I gotta calm my nerves here for a second. Somebody's saying that the symbols on the card have to be really, really big because they have trouble reading cards as it is.
Yeah, so you know how in the Genesis cards you have that little bar down the side and it's got the different,
Yep.
and then the colors lit up that it is, right?
So the health, aura, and their energy.
No, like Bellum.
Oh, okay,
Manos,
yeah.
Axon. Is that what they're talking about?
The affiliation. I think he might be. So it says, I gotta say, those symbols should be as large as possible. My poor watery eyes can barely read text on cards as it is.
That comment was in regards to that card template on your phone.
Yeah, this is just a rough.
It's just a rough.
Yeah.
So.
And then the one idea is for the deck cost is that those cards will be the color of the card.
Okay.
So if it's a blue, the cards will be blue.
Okay.
We may have to do something else, like one idea would be the like crenellations around the circle.
Yeah.
Have triangles, or have like the squares, or have some kind of difference for each color, because
It's colorblind.
yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome.
But then you don't have to take up all that space down the side of the card, taking away from the artwork. To have that, you just have that little thing in the top corner, right?
You could actually have cards that like line up that form a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would work as well. They are going over the differences that are planned for Convergence. Okay, yep. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then it's
Stephanie.
it's going to be a
Jeff's
hybrid.
still calling me Stephanie.
It's going to be a hybrid game. So, like I said, there'll be the 5 mono decks, and then we'll see how that does.
So that would be like your initial plan for marketing then kind of thing?
Yes.
Just release like 5 decks, here's a new game.
With new cards. And then what you could do is you could use those cards with Genesis Champions if you wanted to play and just keep playing. And then if those do well enough, then we'll move forward and create a set which would be a full, like a booster box, like regular set.
That can be added into more or less those starter decks, then, right?
Yeah. And then the plan is to have one of those a year, and in between that, fill that in with the living card game format of a set. So like something like this, where you get 2 decks, everybody gets those 2 decks, or however we end up doing it.
Okay.
So it'll be a bit of a hybrid. So it'll flip back and forth between like the booster boxes and then the living card game.
The living card game,
Box
which
set.
is good. But they could still be incorporated into one another, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
And part of that is just it takes a lot of work to get enough artwork for a full set.
Yeah.
So with this way, you are giving people something new to play with,
Yep.
but it would only be maybe 20 new cards, but you
Okay.
get so many copies of each card in that, whatever it looks like, if it's a box or whatever.
Yeah, however it's released kind of thing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Artists, have we made any progress, or are you turning towards a certain style of artwork? Or
Before you do that, actually, Jeff has a question related to the art.
Okay.
One rumor was AI art. Are you guys really contemplating going AI?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
I mean,
Thank
Oh,
God.
my God.
Right away, right away.
Thank God.
it has come up in conversation.
Yeah.
To be fair, and I'm part of a writing forum, and one of the things we have to have is a piece of artwork at the top of our. So you read the one piece that I sent you.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
read
It was good
and so I use AI art for that.
for that.
To put that picture because I'm gonna get punished for it. But yeah, I've looked into some of the.
Existing artists?
Well, no, some of the, what would the word be? The ethical constraints around AI art
Oh, okay. Yeah.
is that the AI doesn't actually generate its own art.
Okay.
It looks at what's out there, and
Pulls
so
from-
sometimes it'll take someone else's artwork and use it, and so
Right.
So it's kind of a shady kind of and I don't know. I don't think it's that great yet. But.
Yeah, I know Jeff is on the chat here, and when talking to him on the phone, he had mentioned about addressed the same question to me and concern. It's like whether it's going to be AI or regular artists. I think it's a bit of a relief that you're not looking at AI art. Excuse me. As far as artists, though, have you reached out to say like Damian?
Damian is on board.
Damian's on board. Yeah. Woo! So yeah, there's excitement. I've talked to him recently. Like, I mean, I wasn't drilling him for questions or whatnot, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, please get Damian. Please get Damian. Like, I love his artwork so much, but that's
And I'm in talks
that's
with Dolly.
really, really good. And Dahlia,
I was
yes.
gonna say,
yes,
Dahlia.
yes, another good one. Philip.
I haven't reached out to Philip, but I'm thinking that
Talk to Damian.
Damian
Yeah,
is involved.
because I know they're
Mario?
really, really good. Mario as well.
Mario.
Mario.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna say, I'm assuming, obviously, by that reaction, it's gotta be Mario.
Yeah, absolutely amazing art team.
So yeah, but right now the only one we really have that has absolutely confirmed that is done.
It's Damian, yeah. Perfect. I'm sure the rest, like, Philip and Mario will fall in line with Damian. And as you say, you're talking with Dahlia as well, too, right?
Yeah.
So,
And then Alex apparently has a bunch of co-op students.
co-op students, nice.
So that's who did the
template?
Template, yeah.
Nice.
Things like that.
Nice.
So not sure what sort of talent there is there, but
you never know,
you never know.
You never know, that's
Gotta
right.
start somewhere.
You
never
guys
know,
take
that's-
co-op students?
What about Jeff?
Yeah, maybe I should do my co-op.
What about him?
What about Jeff?
Where is he?
should do
Jeff
his
is right
co-op
there.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff. There's a
What?
time to start talking to
Should do his
Jeff.
co-op with
I
you.
have a high school co-op next year.
I think there might be some phone calls after the show, right? If you're still watching in the chat, right? But no, that is awesome
would
and
Jeff
amazing
say him?
news, right? Like for it. How do
Fan art. That's what Jeff just said.
What's that?
Fan art.
Fan art. Oh no. It'd be awesome to have Jeff, like official Jeff Bazito artwork in a game, right?
Yeah.
Outside of like just the promos, like
Low side of his
the
own.
stuff
What's
that
this
he
right
does. Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fully done by Jeff Bazito. If you want to show the mat again.
I gotta say, some of his chibis are cool, but I absolutely love the black and whites he does.
His black
Oh, yeah.
and whites are
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Like of all the champions from Genesis,
Kinda.
which we have prints for. We got cards for already. Our whole full all art
Oh, you
on
can
this
see me.
mat, fully done by Jeff Bazito himself. Like,
All right,
Yep, including Mack-Attack, my Idris Valentine's Day artwork that he did for me. And the Chibi Necro, which was our store championship mat, which I had ordered too, so I have to have one myself, right?
messing
Who doesn't like playing with a mat with their own face on it? It's like, it's
Oh,
crazy.
Good enough.
So, feelings on leaving Haunted Castle and how it ended.
Oh yeah. That's a good question.
Ooh, I don't know. This one might be a.
I don't know what hurts more, that or this. It was, I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall.
Okay.
From as far back as probably December.
Yep.
I think because we were so invested, our passion and emotions and just our logic didn't want to go there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but there were lots of options available to not end it the way it did.
Yeah, I think we're all.
There were lots of options.
I think so too. It was like we've already discussed on the shows previously. The shock, right behind it. I'm assuming that you probably knew ahead of the rest of the communities, right, being a part of the team, et cetera, et cetera. But the bomb that was dropped, that it was going to be no longer. I mean, it just it took me by surprise.
I've already said this
so
before.
bad,
I was
like-
at school and he messaged me and he's like, "I need you to call me after school."
Yeah,
And I'm
it
like,
was, like,
"Why?" I
heartbroken.
thought I
It was
was
so
in
bad.
trouble. I thought I was in trouble for something because of the way he said it. And then so I asked to be excused from class and I managed to get out of class. And so I called him because again, I'm here thinking I'm in trouble for something and I'm like peeing myself during class. So I get out and I call him and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Have you seen the website?" And I'm like, "What one?" And he goes, "The Genesis one." I'm like, "No, why?" He goes, "They're done." And I almost cried in the middle of the school hallway. I was like, "What?"
I was 30 feet in the air on top of the ladder, strapped onto a line, and I'm glad I was strapped onto the line because when somebody called me. I don't remember who it was, but they called me and said, "Look at the Genesis website." Looked at the Genesis website, and I dropped my phone and almost dropped myself.
Why were you up on a line?
I was working.
Oh!
But it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I know. I was on the phone with JC, and he's like, we were having a discussion about it, and I was talking about some concerns and whatnot. And he goes, "Well, if you want all your answers, just log on to the website." And that's how I found out, and it was just like, oh my god, yeah, I was devastated. But this is hope, right? I mean, this is a lot of hope for the game that we love so much. Getting a first look at it and some new ideas, right? So with both you and Alex, having been two of the key components to the design of Genesis, and moving forward with some new ideas that are going to be able to be used with Genesis already, right? So
Yeah,
it's not
so
like our old cards are.
I was the first one brought into the company.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
I remember.
I kind of thought that I would have a little bit of sway in trying to convince him to just keep things going.
Mm-hmm. Just no listening. Yeah.
No, pretty set in his ways. But yeah, so so we had a meeting, the designers, before it became public, and I literally said, okay, we're staging the coup. And at that point, we thought we could get the IP.
Mm-hmm.
Basically as compensation for what we were owed. But that didn't pan out. So then Convergence became the idea to do that. We don't need the IP. We don't, Alex and I work well together.
Mm-hmm.
We like bouncing ideas off of each other.
Well, I mean, you guys have put out so much that's absolutely phenomenal in Genesis, right? Like a lot of the cards that you've created, a lot of the stuff that Alex and the time and effort that Alex has put into the design of the game moving forward. And it's such a shame at this point. Like I know we started spoiling some of Invasions already, but we've been kind of told not to anymore. But seeing some of the stuff that you had already worked on for Invasions, like it's just like wow.
The champion that I designed, kind of in mourning that.
Yeah.
Right. But so on the one hand, it would be nice to see Yediel see the light of day,
right?
But
yeah, that was one of my.
Is that a spoiler? I don't know.
favorites.
Maybe that's a spoiler.
No, that's not. No, because we were
champions
allowed.
were released, right?
Yeah, we had already shown the champions prior to the announcement was made, so it's like those aren't technically really spoilers. Now I know Joey was saying that, hey, go for it. Like he was in contact with Kenny while we were streaming that, and we got the okay to show them right then and there, and that was prior to. But with saying that, let's take a look at the newly revamped Genesis website. So,
yeah.
that was awesome. Thanks, Kenny.
Oh,
So there it is.
Oh, it's changed since I saw it this
I got a
morning.
message from my great friend Will Kemp the other day, and he said, website's been changed. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, check out Genesis website. And I logged on to this, and apparently things have been changed on the Genesis website.
Okay, one says products.
So,
Louder and read them slower.
Product.
Yes.
Library.
Library.
Community. Rules.
Formats.
so
Okay.
this is the head page. However, let's take a look into products there, Kenny, really quick, please. Coming soon. So they've already got up announced that Invasions is still to come in Q2.
I don't see the Q2, but it does say release date to be determined.
To be determined. Okay, well, we checked it earlier and it did state. One of the pages did say that it was still in Q2. So go back. Available now.
The website's been changed again.
It's been changed again.
I know, yeah.
Will is here confirming that the site has been changed since we last seen it.
Yeah, because I just looked at it this morning and it
actually,
did not look like that.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at it brand new once again. Okay, don't look at analytics yet.
I wanted
Come
to
on, we
see
gotta
if
see
they
the site.
changed it.
You can look at that after. Wow. Okay, well, the previous one did say it was still coming in Q2, but now I guess they're changing that.
Well, Q2 is coming to a close pretty quick.
Very soon, yeah. It's like
Next month.
less than a month and a half away, right? So, go back to the community. So, official Facebook, YouTube.
I can't see this coming any later than early Q3.
Right.
I'm not sure that's correct.
The Patreon has been taken off. So the old one that we had seen just recently, it did still have the Patreon on there. However, anybody who was a Patreon member for Haunted Castle game, that's been shut down, which had me in question. But they've obviously taken it off now because it's not showing anymore. But it was there yesterday, as early as yesterday. I had seen it. So interesting. Does this give us hope? What do you think?
Well, somebody's doing something.
Somebody is definitely doing something, right? I mean,
where does it go beyond that, though?
Yeah. Well, that's the big question. Like,
Right.
nothing's been revealed. No names have been stated. Nobody's come forward saying that, hey, you know, we're working on this, or we're trying to do this, or we've got it. For that matter.
Like, as far as I'm aware, this is it.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other. We were working on the next set.
Yeah. Which is
There
Invasions.
was no artwork for it.
Okay.
Maybe one or two pieces.
Oh, for collisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you had Invasions done though, right?
Invasions
Which
was
they're
done.
still saying on this site right now that Invasions
There
is
was
still
no
coming.
money to print it.
Okay. So obviously, whoever's working on this, moving forward,
If they fund it, then
we're
yeah.
going to get Invasions
Release it.
releasing. But after that, they pretty much have.
I'm all for that, and
Yeah.
like keeping the communities going, keeping them playing. I mean, I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the warehouse and get a few cases of products. So I've got. I was doing at Forbes, providing prize support, right?
Yep.
So, it's kind of funny seeing that 2019 Angel. I mean, I actually got a box of those.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, yeah.
If we can't talk about this, we can shut this down. But where's the lore? Because I don't see that.
There's nothing. Yeah, it's. I think it's gone.
Because it was actually owned by Haunted Castle Gaming.
I didn't get to finish it.
I have it downloaded too.
Oh, please send it. I didn't get to
So
read
yeah,
it.
I have drafts on my computer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge question as to like I mean what their game plan is, what they're going to do after Invasions. Say they do finally come forward saying, hey, this is what's happening. We got Invasions. It's going to go to print. I mean, a lot of that stuff you worked on, right? So
Well,
I mean, like
so Invasions. Yeah, I had 22%.
22%
of the
of those
cards.
cards, right? So I mean, them they haven't reached out to you, right? In regards to your work, or, like, do you really care? Like, if it's still going to go through, or like, I'm not 100% fully clear on how the legality of that works, right? As
Yeah.
far as your name getting printed on that card, and whether or not they're going to be able to use the stuff that you made
It's
for
still on here.
Invasions. What?
The lore's still on the
Oh,
site.
the lore's still on
I
the site?
told you, for
You
the
did find
most
it.
part on the site, they just disabled most things. Like
Okay.
the
Find
shop's
it.
still there too, it's just hidden.
It's hidden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did
Okay.
you find it?
Well, I just pulled up, I have a copy of the website downloaded, so I just pulled up the link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it is still on the website, it's just hidden.
So, like as I said, I don't know legality behind it.
I don't
mean,
either.
You don't know either.
No. And because I wasn't on salary,
Okay.
so I don't know.
You don't know.
People like Alex and Joey and
All the other.
Damian.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of questions to be asked about that. I mean, I've been told a few weeks at best. We should have more answers as far as to what's happening and what's going on with Genesis. So Kenny's showing the champions there.
Yeah. It's all here, it's just...
Invasion is coming, Steveo.
Why does it say my name on there?
Yeah, what?
Why is my name on that site?
Hey, hold on.
What is that?
Somebody just changed it. That just happened.
Someone's watching.
Someone's
you on the
watching.
website.
Somebody's watching and they just changed it.
Someone has access to the
Who is that?
Squarespace doing it.
Like, come on.
So it's a process of elimination.
right? So
Although they
like,
might not. They might not have entered the chat.
Who's
though.
watching?
They might
No,
not have entered the chat.
yeah, literally, it just changed. It
Chat,
says-
who's
I saw
in
that. I thought
here?
you'd done it. This is like a. You know what this is like? This is kind of like Game of Thrones, right?
Winter's
Thrones.
coming.
Where you know Robert has been killed, and so there's different factions vying for the crown, right? There's Stannis, there's Renly. It's kind of like what's happening here, right? There's all these different factions doing different things.
There's only 4 people talking live.
Talking live, yeah, but somebody could be just watching
yeah,
and not
or
participating
sure.
in the chat, right? But okay, yes, yeah,
That's
we've
the
been
actual
told.
website.
Yeah, that's it.
We've been told by a couple of sources to just kind of have some patience, keep our excitement going, have faith in it. That you know, we should find something out within the next few weeks, right?
Oh, it is gone.
Which we're keeping our fingers crossed that that's going to follow through. I mean, the longer it gets, the less faith will start dropping off, kind of thing. But yeah, it's kind of amazing how they can just change it on the fly like that to say now it's back to
Yeah,
Invasions
it's
is
back to
coming.
normal now.
Yeah, so somebody's got it up there.
Jordan says it's him. He's scheming again.
He's scheming skeleton. Yeah, working away probably.
It's me, guys.
What's that?
That's what it says. It's me,
me,
guys.
guys. I've been scheming again.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, so I mean, we got to keep positive, I think, on it. But we've already voiced our concerns about not knowing, right, and wanting to know and to be a part of it. I see this process unfold. I think the secrecy is a little unwanted, I think, by the community. They want answers. They want to know what's happening, right? And finding out, you guys have given us faith as far as the continuation of Genesis as a full.
Or is it back, Mac?
Is it really?
Is it what?
Hang on.
probably-
Hang on.
it's probably
Hang
Will.
on. Hang on. Oh, it is. Ah, what is that?
Invasions is coming, or is it back now? Somebody's
Because she
somebody's
said it was
messing
gone.
around with
Cause
us.
yeah, or is it? Oh
Or is
my
that
god.
you, Kenny?
No, it's
Is
not
it
me.
you?
I'd have
Is
to
it
be
Kenny?
like going in and inspect and doing it.
Can you actually change?
Yeah, I can change it, but not on the fly.
Did you put that though, or is it?
No, I didn't put that. That's
You didn't put
actually
that.
there.
Somebody else did that. Okay. So yeah, they're definitely messing with our minds here.
That's so weird.
Right? Yeah, Will's over there just shaking his head. He's like, "Come on." Right? Yeah, we just.
I have to make a phone call.
Oh, he's making a phone call. Who you calling, Will?
It is Kenny.
It is
Blame
Kenny.
him.
Blame him.
I'm
Right.
being bullied. This is slander.
Could be.
It's
Yeah.
written, so it's loudest.
Could be. I don't know. Like we've been scratching our heads, trying to figure it out, kind of thing. Drawing clues. It is Kenny. Blame him. Did you put that?
No, I didn't. That's actually there.
Who just said that?
I don't know, it's
Oh, I thought somebody said that
no,
in
it's
the
on
chat.
the website.
Wow, that's crazy. It'd be awesome if they could just put their name up. Invasions
Oh,
is
it's gone.
coming from,
It's gone now.
Ah.
It disappeared.
and it disappeared again.
Give
Yeah.
us a hint. Just give us one hint.
One
who it
tiny
is.
hint.
Yeah, this is like a murder mystery or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
You know,
you ever seen Knives Out?
playing a Ouija board. Yeah.
Who is
asking
it?
the powers that be to come and
Like I think we all have some inclination as to who it is. We've been guessing and trying to figure things out, right? I mean, but for what it's worth, they want it to be kept a secret, and respect that kind of thing as far as not putting out any more spoilers. But can't wait. I just hope we get included because of our love for Genesis, right? I'm definitely on board with this Convergence.
From the hero, you need a champion, Mr. Smith.
No, it's
Yeah.
Agent Smith.
It's Agent Smith, good old Agent Smith, up to
Agent
his
Smith.
shenanigans again there. These don't count towards it.
I know.
All right.
I gotta change that. It's Agent Smith. Who's laughing?
Ignore the young stupid phone.
What?
What?
I'm reading what
I was gonna say he must have.
we must have missed something for
Yeah.
that joke.
Why?
Because Jordan just said, ignore the young stupid phone.
Oh. Maybe it is Scheme Skeleton.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Whoa.
No.
I don't know. And what's that last one that just came in? Some joker with too much power having fun at our expense.
Dab.
Ooh.
Them's is fighting words.
Yeah, I mean, could be. Who knows? We just hope that Agent Smith, keeps us in the loop.
Fine. Agent Smith with a Y.
I am
No!
super stoked. Thank you so much for the invitation
Yeah.
to work and be a guest designer for Convergence.
I was gonna say,
I'm
thanks for bringing
definitely
this.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to sitting down with you and Alex.
Yeah.
Super excited.
I'm excited for that centaur.
What's that?
That sounds cool.
The Centaur. Yeah.
Yeah, so the world that I'm working on is loosely inspired by Narnia.
Oh.
Okay.
So I've got summons in here. I've got a beaver. I've got
We
a giant owl.
got
I've
a beaver.
Ah.
Giants.
Billy's laughing.
So
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, wait, they updated it and they accidentally removed the whole message.
The whole mess.
So now it's not
wasn't-
coming.
Now it's not coming.
No, yeah, Vintage, no
It's
more.
gone. Yeah. I know.
No more
Let's
invasion.
not say that.
When our work does come out, I'm definitely gonna sit there and do a bunch of fan art of this, just like shove everything to one
Right?
face.
So excited.
I'll take the front movie cover of Narnia and just put everything in it.
Right.
yeah, so it's all different worlds, right? That are
Yep.
colliding. So yeah, that would be the one that I bring to it with that inspiration. So like you can't use names like Rikachi, but I've got a rodent dragoon as one of my summons. Right? So, things like that.
So kind of staying along the same lines like as Genesis had it, there wasn't specific names of the characters. It was just the
I
type.
never
more
thought
or
I'd
less.
say this, but Steveo, speak up.
What?
Oh my god.
I never thought I'd have to say those
You're
words.
telling me I have to speak
Yeah.
up? Was I too low on that one?
You were.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's okay. But anyway, I think we're getting close to wrapping up here soon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. We're going to give something away. So everybody that's been watching the show, which Jeff said,
No,
No.
why, Kenny? Why?
No.
I will never hear the end of it.
right? So if you've been paying attention, I announced earlier at the beginning of the show I was eating 6-month-old candy corn here. You can just take them, Kenny.
No.
My mouth is getting dry.
No, these are mine
Please,
now.
please.
If you've been paying attention, now here's the rules. You can only answer once. Mack-Attack has been keeping track of exactly how many
Oh, oops,
candy
sorry.
corn I have eaten throughout the show. So you're only allowed to answer once. Put it in the chat how many you think I actually ate.
There's one more update on the website. They've
Oh.
changed it now to say the invasion is coming,
The invasion is
whereas
coming.
it was empty a moment ago.
Okay. So, quickly, we're going to give you a few minutes. How long should we give them? 5 minutes? Okay,
2 minutes.
Jeff said
Yeah.
7.
7.
Okay. So yeah, get your answers in really quick. We'll give you a few minutes to get those up, and Mack-Attack will definitely let us know exactly how many candy corn I ate this evening, and we're going to give away those 2 cards that we showed at the beginning of the show. In the meantime, Anime North is coming up. So last year we ran one of the circuit events at Anime North. Yes, this year, no circuit events, obviously. However, we are still running Genesis Battle of Champion tournaments. There will be 2 scheduled Genesis tournaments. They're in the draft format. It's absolutely free. There will be no charge for these tournaments. You'll get the 4 booster packs to draft with. There's going to be a ton of prizing. We're going to do our usual couple packs per player into the prize pool. Plus, we're also giving away some sealed boxes. On top of that, the first one on Saturday starts at 1 o'clock, and on the Sunday it starts at noon. So be sure to come to the Gamers Hall at Anime North if you're going there, and if you want to participate in a free draft tournament, be sure to come and see us there. Furthermore, June 3rd, mark your calendars. So my good friend Will Kemp and I are organizing a huge community sealed event here at Heads or Tails Gaming, where if you have any loose packs of Genesis kicking around and you want to use them, you're more than welcome to bring them to reduce your entry, which we're estimating probably going to be about $10 to enter for the sealed event. He's got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of stuff that we're going to throw into a big prize pool kind of thing. And do we have a time yet for that, Will?
12:30.
12:30. So it's going to start at 12:30, June 3rd here at Heads or Tails Gaming. So if you want to participate, we just want to bring the community back together, have like one big, really great giant seal tournament, and just have a lot of fun. So at a very low cost kind of thing for you guys. Our way of saying thank you for being part of the Genesis community. You're more than welcome to attend. Hopefully you can. I don't know if you'll be able to shuffle cards, but we'll have Mack-Attack sit there beside you and shuffle for you. So sorry to hear about your injury, though. It's like, that's crazy. Poor Carl here had broken his collarbone. So we got all these numbers down. Here we go.
We got 7, 29, 17, 17, 23, 14, 16, 40.
Oh, she's writing them down.
Yeah, keep talking.
Okay.
Well, that was all of them.
That's it. It wasn't as many. Jeff in what? Zombone?
Jeff says he wants to tag you, but he doesn't know your Discord handle. I told him just to tag me and I'll show you.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know your Discord handle.
It should be on there. It's like, I don't know. I forget. I'm not on Discord very, very often, actually. Yeah, that's the thing. With running the store.
It's at Stevo. There we go.
What's that?
It's at Stevo.
At Stevo?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
There you go.
At
At
Stevo.
Stevo. Yeah.
Anakin has 3 with stuff still.
Are we ready yet? So if once your name gets announced, be sure to reach out to me via email, please. Send me an email the email is steveothegamer@hotmail.com. Kenny, you want to put that up on the screen, please?
No.
He's saying no.
You want to go to points play magic?
There it is. Reach out to me and send me your address as soon as we announce that you are the winner of the awesome cards that we're giving away tonight.
I can't read.
What do you mean you can't read?
I can't read.
This is your writing. How can you not read this?
I can't read. It's not that I can't read the writing. I can't read.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
He wins, right?
Yeah, but
he
he
won.
went, and then the
Okay,
other
so
one-
runner up. Well, actually, listen, how many did I actually eat?
41.
41.
Ooh.
I had 41 candy corns during the show. So runner up was ZW42. Is it 42?
Yeah, 29.
Who guessed 29. So you are the runner-up, and you are the winner of the 2019 stamp, Angel of Retribution. So please, ZW,
Fly around.
I'd
42.
clap, but I'll just...
Send me an email with your address, and we will get that shipped off to you. And number one guess at 40, he guessed 40, is Stephen Penn.
Are you cheating?
Yay! And you are the winner of the number 35 Sky, the Storm Dragon. So congratulations to you two. Thank you for participating in our little giveaway. So,
Jeff goes, 41? Good God, your poor stomach.
right?
I had maybe 10 and I'm already feeling it.
I will feel it later.
But we want to give a mad, huge thank you to Carl Lilley for joining us on the show. And you're going to have to stay tuned.
My pleasure.
Into checking out our future show. We will not be streaming next week because we will be going to Anime North, unfortunately. But we're going to try and do some streaming while we are at Anime.
We're going to try.
We're going to do our best, right? It does get very, very busy. So you definitely want to look out for that. We will see you definitely here back at Heads or Tails, streaming on Thursday night, the following Thursday, and we're going to try and get Alex as well to give us some more insight on Convergence that's coming and that we're super excited for. So once again, thank you very much, Carl.
You're welcome.
So and on behalf of One Side of the Coin, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Greatly appreciate all your support, and thanks for viewing tonight. Greatly appreciate it as well. And thank you to Jeff Pizzito for all his support and help as well. So have a great night, everybody. Steveo the Gamer, Mack-Attack, and Carl Lilley. See you next time on One Side of the Coin.
Bye.